Wherever you're watching, thank you for joining me for Music in My Life. Today I'll be joined by a few members of a group which call themselves Vadé. They are a male group and they sing a very highly specialized music style known as a cappella close harmony. That style requires dedication, focus, listening, and everybody working as a team. We'll also be exploring what it means to be a part of a team or to not be a part of a team. Stay with us as we discover Vadé and the music in their lives. The following really did happen. I was conducting my choir one day and we were singing a song where towards the end of the song came to a standstill. There was a couple of seconds break and then the choir would re-enter. So everything's going well, we're singing the song, people are enjoying it, smiles on the faces, everybody's really into the song. We get to the part where it stops, so far so good. Now I make what's called a preparatory gesture, which conductors do to prepare singers to come in, so I did that with all of my enthusiasm. No sound. I thought, okay, let me give it one more try, No sound. Of course, at this time, the choir is very conscious that they're being watched by hundreds in the audience, and everybody's thinking, who's going to take the plunge to come in first? So, gave it one more try. I thought, okay, well, either we finish the song here, we sink or we swim. So I decided that I was going to continue the rest of the song, and the choir would join in. It's a funny story which we still share to the present day. It reminds me of a little joke which says, how do you know if a singer is knocking at your door? Well, they can't find the key and they don't know when to come in. Now, this is talking really about the often diva attitudes which musicians and very often singers have. A normal singer, when they're warming up, would sing a scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. When a diva warms up, it's do, re, mi, 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 mi. It's all about the individual, it's all about the self. Now, this business of music, of course, is very cutthroat. Sometimes you've got to forget who your friends are for the duration of the audition. And when you both don't get the job, then you hug and make up again. Psychologists talk about different types of divas. They talk about the healthy diva and the unhealthy diva. Now, you might think that all diva behavior is completely unhealthy. But the characteristics are the same for both of them. They are confident, they have a sense of their self-worth, they know what they can do, and they give 150% in all of their performances. But the fundamental difference is that the unhealthy diva is all about self, whereas the healthy diva is willing to recognize the part others have played to make that particular experience a success. But I think there's a third type of diva. That's what I call the deluded diva. It's somebody who wants to be center stage, but frankly, they're not suitable for the job. We see that a lot on talent shows. And very often, singers sing with what we call an affected voice, where they're trying to give the judges what they think that the judges want to really hear and impress them. So rather than saying, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Okay, that's the melody of the tune, but they need to impress. What the world needs now. You know, why sing one note when you can sing 100? I think sometimes the diva needs to take a dive. Well, this is going to be one crazy interview. I can see it in your faces. But you are?
Vadé.
Vadé. Okay. I studied Latin at school, but you need to remind me.
Vadé is it's a Latin word which I happened to look up online, just the name of the group. It's a Latin word that means to go.
To go.
And
okay.
Basically, our mission statement, as we're a Christian group.
Right.
We would like to go ye therefore and sort of minister in music and song to let people know the message about our love for God.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to come around to there are 5 of you in total. Yes. So own up. Which one missed the train? Who missed the train? Should we just give me giving in unison exposing?
Jermaine Sanderson.
Jermaine Sanderson, you missed the train. All right, so let's just, Jermaine Sanderson is a singer who's not here, so let's just go around and just, start with you. Who are you? What do you sing?
My name is Roy Crisp, and I sing third tenor in the group, which is right in the middle of the 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
My name's Samuel Aqua, and I sing the baritone.
Me loco. Come on. My name is Philip Ibo. I sing the second tenor, second from the top.
Okay.
I am Joshua Hammersley.
And you sing soprano. We've got
also known as bass.
Also known as bass. Now, obviously, Joshua, you sing in my choir. And I remember when you came for your audition, I don't know if you remember that far back, but had this young boy come to audition for the London Events Chorale Choir, which I conduct. And I remember your audition really, really clearly, because I remember finishing the audition and saying, okay, well, because you're so young, you were young at the time, then you can just do a few songs at a time and just ease in gently. But then you went home and said, yeah, right, a few songs at a time, I'm coming back in full force. You came back, the entire repertoire, you're confident, and everything like that. So you bring so much to the choir. So I just want to say
it was awesome. It was awesome to be part of it.
Personal, thank you. Great. And obviously the check didn't bounce, so that's great. So, I mean, how would you describe the style of music which you sing? Because obviously lots of male groups who say they sing R&B, some
jazz,
a cappella, jazz, whatever. Oh.
Swing, pop, gospel.
Yeah. Jazz, swing, pop, gospel.
Yeah, quite a few genres in there, isn't it?
Contemporary. Yeah.
We try a bit of classical.
Okay. So, I mean, what are your own sort of personal musical influences and memories growing up? Because I mean, I gather that you're from African origin. How many of you were actually born in the African continent?
Myself.
Right,
there's 2 of us.
Okay,
so guilty.
Right, so you're from the island of not the island, the country of Zimbabwe, and so I mean, what was it like kind of growing up in terms of musical influences?
Well, for me, I came from a very, very what you call stereotypical African background, where my father used to sing in a group, and their group used to emulate the King's Heralds, and
so that's a gospel. That's a long-running gospel group.
That's a long-running gospel group as well, and heritage singers and those kind of influences to them. So I grew up listening to that and listening to a lot of classic gospel stuff, even from Dolly Parton as well. I had quite a lot of country music embedded into me, and a lot of reggae as well. And I guess in that African setting, a lot of African music, and that's why I like the bass, because you utilize a lot of bass in our African music, and that's my thing, my jam.
All right, yeah, okay. So you remain true to your roots, because the rest of tenors,
traitors.
They're traitors.
Traitors. T for traitor.
So what's your personal influences growing up?
I mean, to be quite honest, growing up, I was probably the only musical one in the family.
Right.
I used to go to church now and again, Sunday school and all of that, but not really much musical influence until sort of my mum bought me a Boyz II Men CD. That sort of started. That's it.
Oh, sorry. I just had to do that.
And that's how it started. Started listening song by song, tune by tune. They had the classic 4-part harmonies, and I just used to listen to each and every part and just memorize the songs. And that was my musical influences until I came over to the UK, of course, and met these lovely guys, and so learned a whole lot more.
Great. Well, let's take the journey south, then go across west, because we're now in Ghana, which is your roots. Of course, you were brought up here, and so what were the early influences which informed your musical tastes and choices?
Wow. I think for me, because I grew up in a musical family, my older brothers were a huge influence on the sort of music I listened to, and I picked up a lot of things from them. I think one of my early groups that I heard was the King's Heralds, as JJ said, and because I grew up in a Christian home, a lot of gospel music, heritage, and those sort of people, you know. That's really my kind of musical influences.
Right. Okay, and we don't want you to feel left out. You know, I spoke a little earlier about divas, and apparently you're the diva of the group. So if we don't give you your chance to speak, then I think, okay, no, go ahead, Phil, I'm just teasing.
No, I think also for me, I grew up in a musical family, but I guess now I'm the only one in the family that took the music seriously. I think it all started when I was 8, watching my older brother and his older brother too, Victor Aqua, singing a cappella music, gospel a cappella music, a group called Glad. I used to listen to them, listen to Boyz II Men, as Roy mentioned as well. They were big influences for me when I'm growing up too. So it all started with, you know, R&B and that old school gospel music.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And it's very evident, I've heard some of your music, that you've been heavily influenced by a group called Take Six. Now, Take Six are,
Yes,
I can see by their actions, they are, I believe, the most nominated Grammy group in history. I know they've won awards, but in terms of nominations as well, I think. But they certainly were. And if they're not, their Wikipedia page needs updated. But they obviously are a big. I mean, what is it about that particular sound? Because they sing very, very complex music. I mean, it's difficult to. I've often had to transcribe Take Six, and that's when my musical training then started just coming into. So, what is it about their music, or that type of music, like close harmony, that is so endearing to you? Because all the groups you mentioned are very harmony-based.
I guess from my point of view, I guess I can speak for all of them when we say growing up with your standard 4-part harmony is, you know, the layering is normally, the bass is either doing an octave of the second tenor or the lead itself. But when it comes to jazz harmony or Take Six style harmony, obviously they go back to Gene Purling of the Hi-Lows and Singers Unlimited, who are jazz groups. But for us, what it is, it's just the fact that, you know, you can add and add and add and change. You know, it's not your simple 4-part, 3-part harmony. It's something completely different that blows your ears out of the water. For us, there isn't anything specific we could say. We can go on and on and on about Take Six.
Well, I mean, there's a song that they did on their very first album called There Is a Quiet Place, and I know you're now going to share that with us. The Vadé take on a Quiet Place, a song originally written by Ralph Carmichael. And we're going to be joined by, well, we've got Zimbabwe, we've got Ghana, but we don't have any Nigerians, so we're going to have to.
Well, you've been Nigerian.
So we're going to have to invite a dear friend, Tochi Anarukum, who's going to join you on the guitar as you sing There Is a Quiet Place.
There is a quiet place far from the rapid pace where God can soothe my troubled mind. Sheltered by tree and flower, there in my quiet hour with Him, my cares are left behind. Whether a garden small, mountain tall, new strength and courage.
quiet place I go, prepared to face a new day with love for all mankind. From this quiet place I go, prepared to face a new day with love for all mankind.
Gents, that was totally awesome. It really was. And you know what I loved about that was just that there were no divas in there. I mean, all of you had the opportunity to actually do something within that. And I spoke a little earlier in the show about affectation, people who like to just sort of sing to impress. And I gave a really rather bad demonstration of a typical sort of talent show singer where they over-decorate stuff. But I must say that the little decorative bits that you actually did in the songs, the embellishments, were just all in taste, and they just all worked so well. There was no sense that anybody was trying to put themselves, which is really, really great, and that's really what ensemble singing is all about. Well, that's just really fantastic. Now, I want you to do something. I've seen this done with other groups, so I'm going to put you through this. I really love this exercise. One of my specialisms is harmony and analysis, and I like to just take a little bit of that song and then just get you to do bits one by one, because what you're doing is not easy. Normally people follow harmonies, they follow in parallel. Whatever the tune does, they go down as much as it goes down and go up as much as it goes up. But you're not, it's overlapping. So we're going to put it all together, and then we're going to talk a little bit about a new recording you've done. But before that, can we just take a section of the song?
Yeah, sure. I will do the middle section, the new strength. Take a bit back and then I'll sing into it. I sing the top in this particular song, which is the melody, and I'll go ahead. Yeah. Okay, so I'll sing Weather God. Okay.
Right, so like a good cookery show now. Let's have the next ingredient. So we're going to add next.
Well, normally it would be Jermaine Sanderson.
Oh, the guy who missed it.
Yes.
You can tell him he doesn't. You sound great, complete without him. But anyway.
And then, yes, that would be the third part.
Right. Yeah.
New strength and courage there I find it.
Wow, superb control. That sounds absolutely delightful. So now what happens when we now add a touch of
meat
aqua?
locker.
Baritone.
The
meat
baby.
locker.
The Barry.
Oh, wow.
We call him the Barry.
Baby Barry.
New strength and courage.
That's That's a vegetarian option. There's no meat.
I got caught in the moment.
Oh, okay.
We'll say that.
That's fine.
Yeah, all right, let's go again.
Let's go for it.
New strength and courage there I find there.
Ooh, okay, now I think that needs a touch of
The foundation.
Well,
foundation.
the base.
Mixed
I
together.
wasn't going to say it, but
Saucy.
Hallelujah.
No, you're doing well so far about Diva moments, so, keep that, I want to keep the opinion of you very, very high.
Practicing. Okay.
New strength and courage there I find then.
Wow, it's great. Now, I want to also give props to your wonderful guitarist there, Tochi. Thank you very much. Tochi. Great, well, thank you very much.
one sound.
You can go now. Sorry. It's just like the church notices where we have self-esteem classes next week, Tuesday. Please use a back door. Anyway, now, you've done a single, which is great. And tell us a little bit about this. And
Well, the single is it's a classic single, I guess. Yeah, it's a spiritual and Negro spiritual, quite a familiar term there. The song is called Riverside. So a lot of people would have heard the same old folk tune. I'm gonna lay down my burdens by the riverside, by the riverside, by the riverside. See, he always
they're
wants
singing
to
bass.
be
You're all stealing each other's.
He
You've
always
got
wants to be the
to
bass.
watch the bass roll there.
Take me out of my job.
Philip's coming for that. It's fantastic. Well, a lot of people associate the sort of singing that you do with a lot of a cappella singing, where you're actually hearing the purity of the voice. And in fact, even in the accompaniment piece you've just done, there was still a vocal purity about it. The voice was still quite prominent. But you're now going to do something in the sort of a cappella tradition. So can you just talk about what you're going to sing next?
Okay, well, the song we're going to do now is by a group called Breath of Life. How does the name go? It's Wipe My Weeping Eyes. They're a Seventh-day Adventist group, a Christian group, based in America. And this guy here, this guy is the one that brought this.
I'm a huge fan. The title is actually No More Sorrow.
Okay.
But
It helps to know that.
yeah,
I guess it depends which part you're singing. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, if
yeah.
you're singing bass, you might be singing the words "No More Sorry," but you might be singing "My
Weeping Eyes, yeah. But it just talks about a blessed hope that we all share as Christians. The ultimate goal for us as Christians is to one day make it to heaven and to rejoin with our Savior who died for us. And in this song, we're just reflecting on that as Christians and the hope that we're given. But before we start, we use this little pitch pipe. This is what a cappella groups use. We don't have the fancy pianos and guitars and stuff. So
or
we use
even
this.
perfect pitch. Anyway, but
Yeah,
anyway,
well, so you have a little blow in there.
Hallelujah, there'll be no more sorrow, no tomorrow, no more crying, people dying, bid farewell to every care, I'm going to wipe my weeping eyes. No more sorrow, no tomorrow, no more crying, people dying, bid farewell to every care, I'm going to wipe my weeping eyes.
whoa! Now, Joshua, that's a bottom G. I want one of those. Wow, that was just absolutely awesome. That's really, really incredible. And where can one find your track? Because I'm sure a lot of the viewers are going to just want to download. crash the system. Okay.
We're hoping.
So it'll be on all the digital platforms in
Yes,
normal.
yes,
okay,
we're-
so yeah, all the rest of them have it.
Spotify, iTunes.
Walk with them, carry them with you in your iTunes. Listen, I want to say it's been a really great joy having you. It's been such a wonderful energy.
It's been a pleasure.
And
Thank you.
you represent just something really exciting. Just the bringing together of different musical genres and disciplines, and just real cool guys. This is going to be a crazy interview tonight. Yeah. So but it was great. I love a bit of craziness. So thank you once again for joining me on Music.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Ken.
Today we've witnessed firsthand what happens when people truly work together. Wonderful harmonies we experienced and witnessed was a testament to that. The key success of a group, musical or otherwise, is not just ability, but stability, doing whatever it takes to keep together. And I want to define stability as stamina with humility. Stamina in the sense that people are indeed working hard and going on, whatever it takes. And then humility to recognize that it's not all about you. For we indeed all need somebody to lean on. Join me again for Music in My Life.